Caretaker Minister for the Ministry of Trade and Industry, Mr. Samuel Jinapor, is urging Africa trade ministers to outline new initiatives to support micro, small and medium-sized enterprises to increase revenue generation from that sector.
Speaking at the end of a two-day Africa Prosperity Conference in Adukrom in the Eastern region, Mr. Jinapor said these enterprises provide about 80% of jobs across the continent, and a deliberate and pragmatic policies targeting the private sector could increase the contribution of the continent's GDP.
The two-day conference highlighted on ways to boost intra-African trade, private sector growth, removing trade barriers, promoting local companies, increase exports, and reaping the benefits from the African Continental Free Trade Area after policymakers, political class, business community, and international organizations converged on the Kwewu Summit to dialogue and come up with clear and actionable initiatives in line with the AU's Agenda 2063. First of its kind in Ghana, the Africa Prosperity Dialogue sought to find ways on what needs to be done to expand trade and wealth creation across the continent.
The other area of importance that was discussed is how to improve opportunities for small medium enterprises, improve opportunities for youth entrepreneurs, and of course ensure access to affordable trade finance so that the goals of the AFCFTA can be reached. And so as we end the 2 days of intensive discussions, as a secretariat, we are re-energized. Essentially, you have given us a new mandate in terms of the action plan and the compact that was presented a few minutes ago, the list of priorities that we have to action as we start this year.
The Caretaker Minister for the Ministry of Trade and Industry, Mr. Samuel Jinapor, said boosting intra-African trade and Africa's prosperity within the context of the African Union's 2063 agenda will become a reality if the private sector in Ghana and in Africa own the process of AfTA.
The advancement of intracontinental trade will mean private businesses can expand their markets and venture into new territories which were previously inaccessible to them.
The 2023 Africa Prosperity Dialogue was on the theme AfTA, from ambition to action, delivering prosperity through continental trade.
We must leave this dialogue, as has extensively been discussed, resolved to firstly promote a free society anchored on democratic principles and the rule of law, including an independent judiciary to adjudicate disputes between states and private citizens, as well as among citizens. For without an independent judiciary, investors will have no confidence to invest on our continent. And finally, and closely linked to education, is the promotion of the high sense of consciousness of the youth of the continent. We must train our young ones to be actively involved in every aspect of our respective national lives.
Mr. Samuel Jinapor thanked the African Prosperity Network, the Secretariat of the African Continental Free Trade Area, and partners for facilitating such a high-level business and policy dialogue in Ghana.